Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this month's Crash Responder Safety Week All States Planning webinar. I will now pass it off to our Master of Ceremonies for the day, Jim Ostrich.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, many thanks to the National Operations Center of Excellence, our host for this CRSW webinar, and Talking Tim every month, the fourth Wednesday of every month. So greetings all. I think most of us are afternoon, but just in case, good morning to those out west. And welcome to Crash Responder Safety Week All States Planning webinar. We have two fantastic presentations today for you to take advantage of, and some of the things you will hear are repetitive, but important nonetheless. And I want to make sure that as we approach CRSW week, November 17th through the 21st, that we give you all as many tools as possible to help you make a successful CRSW event in your jurisdiction, your state, your municipality, and us at USDOT. So with that, I'm going to say next slide. And this is the disclaimer that all of you, I'm sure, have seen. It's pretty clear. And even though we might mention a manufacturer or some other technology that's owned by another organization or what have you, we in the federal government cannot endorse any one in particular. So we're just sharing information here. Next slide. Keep signing in, please, in the chat pod. Name, organization, and what your title is, if you can, please. I see we're approaching 100 participants, which is fantastic. So today, our agenda, obviously the welcome and where we're at right now. We're going to do a recap of webinars, recent webinars, and then we're going to have, like I said, two presentations, one from the great state of Missouri. I say Missouri, some people say Missouri, and the great state, excuse me, of Wisconsin. And I'll introduce the presenters here when the time comes. And then we're going to talk timeline and next steps. Next slide. So the webinar, as over the past many years, we've really pushed to get you as well as your, it's fine if you are the public information officer for your state DOT or other organization, public safety or otherwise, communications information officer. But this webinar is really to get those folks involved, and hopefully you work in collaboration with them to make a successful CRSW. The communities, including transportation, law enforcement, fire, EMS, rescue, public works, and towing, obviously are our primary stakeholders. And we definitely want to keep teaching or educating our young drivers through motor vehicle administrations and state highway safety offices. Obviously, this presentation is, again, to facilitate the sharing of our plans for state, regional, local agencies and associations. I'll share more about what we're going to be doing at the federal level at USDOT. Hopefully, if everything pans out, which I don't see that it won't, but we're still in a little bit of a state of flux, and we'll see what kind of actual event we do at USDOT headquarters. So next slide. So I'm sorry. So the history again right now, as I said, this year we're in our 10th anniversary, as the 10-year anniversary of CRSW, as the third bullet shows. The actual week itself is the 17th through the 21st. We started CRSW back in 2016, and it's been a success. And because of officials, professionals, champions, and leaders like all of you that have invested the time and work with your agencies and your partners in traffic incident management to make it a success. During the week, you can see right there, we spotlight every road user and what they should do when approaching a roadway incident. Believe it or not, people just think it's police fire. They don't understand the intensity and the work that goes into managing roadway incidents, crashes, and other incidents to clear them as fast as possible. First and foremost, take care of the injured and allow motorists to be on their way and complete their trips to wherever it may be, and ultimately to get home at the end of the day, night, whatever the case may be. The practices of what Tim practices definitely make safe responders and all road users. And one of the primary tools in our tool chest, if you will, or arsenal, is the National TIM Responder Training, which I believe is now over 800,000 responders trained. But we have a quest to train well over 1 million. The next generation TIM technologies for saving lives, that is part of the Everyday Counts 7 project that is going to end next February, has been a huge success with 46 states participating. Many of you that are here today with us have made it a success and adopted and are expanding a lot of those technologies, such as advanced warning, debris removal systems, unmanned aerial systems, and other technologies. Next slide. So CRSW actions for you. We want you and all local agencies to participate in what we call CRSW Ally in Action. It's an initiative that brings us all together and allows all of us to share what we're doing for this special week. And it's an easy form to fill out. I think we're at about a dozen or so states, associations that have signed up. And these 9 bullets here are just some of the things that we're here committed to helping you, like I said earlier, be successful and expand on. If you're already doing it, which I know a lot of you are, as I said, it's somewhat redundant, repetitive from every year to year, but it's still the good practices and the good things that we need to do. And there's a bunch of others that aren't on here, by the way. You guys are all very creative and talented folks, and your public affairs offices and others, I'm sure, can help and do some really cool different things that we'll touch on here a little bit later in our presentation. So next slide. So these are specific actions, if you will, for agencies. Whether you're a DOT, law enforcement, uh, DMV, or motor vehicle administration. Some of the things that are being done, again, redundant, but extremely important to continue doing and growing. Um, whether you're doing them in-person events like at the traffic operations centers. We've had not only rest stops, gas stations, even stadiums where some states have held events, and obviously goals to set, training, do mass trainings, and all kinds of advertising and marketing, if you will, for CRSW. We have a dear friend out in New Mexico that just recently told Vishali and I that they're working to try to get like Walmart and I forget the other organization to put banners, if you will, on the sides or the back of their trucks. Those are just some of the creative things. And I know you guys remember Dr. Harden, James Harden from the state of Arizona, Department of Health and EMS office, who's done similar things with, I believe it's pizza shops. And I don't know if it's Domino's or what, but Dr. Harden is always thinking and is very creative. And we can't thank him enough for all his efforts. So you can see bumper stickers. I mean, there's so many different things, posters, etc. Next slide. So we had 22 last year proclamations, uh, governor proclamations, governor signed proclamations. And then we had, this is a list to the right here of local agencies, some of them metropolitan planning organizations that have also developed their own proclamations. And so it's not just state or municipal proclamations, ladies and gentlemen. You as an association can do a proclamation, and all you have to do is get working on it with your team and get it done. And then we ask respectfully that you share that with us for our records. But one day this map will be 100% blue. And as you'll see on our next slide, we're shooting for 35 this year. So do everything you can to help us hit that 35, and if not more. Again, the 100 plus goal of that we'd like to see for the Allies in Action sign up, very important. And that information sharing that I mentioned earlier in those slides is what it's all about. And so we're all partners, right? Traffic incident management is all about relationships, and it's all about what we can do collectively to save lives. I guess, improve mobility and reliability of our nation's roadways, I guess is the right way to say it. So we're shooting for over 1 million in the social media realm. Federal Highway has its own social media experts in our Office of Public Affairs, and I know they're going to be doing their part as well. We also have the PSAs, public safety announcements, that we talked about in a previous all states planning, which you'll see in a minute on the next couple of slides, that you can reach out to Sean, the gentleman with iHeartRadio. And I believe it's at no cost to you. So that's one big way of doing it. And I think there's already a number of states that are working with Sean, I believe. Next slide. Thanks, Michael. So here you go. Here's the top statement is something that the great state of Maryland is doing. And you talk about, well, you can see it right there, their goal and then their actual performance for that Thank a Responder Day. This is being very creative. This is what we're talking about. And please don't take me wrong. But it's not just about putting messages up on message boards. That's great. That is great. Okay. But there are a lot of other ways to reach the public throughout your state. And so think out of the box. The second one is, as I mentioned, iHeartRadio, who presented last month, I believe, or the month before, in an attempt to help with public service announcements regarding Tim, and the contact information there for Sean Sullivan. You can reach out and collaborate with Sean. We encourage you to. Next slide. So just to recap, back in June, our first national committee meeting. Then in July, our first all states planning. And then we also, distribute or disseminate information about CRSW every chance we get. I did it today on the Operations Council meeting that I presented on, covering for a colleague of mine, Sharon Cuevas, who may be with us here today, but every chance we get. So we just wanted to show you a little bit of the background so far. Next slide, you'll see, I believe, some of the results, okay? In the June webinar, we presented these four, I should say, themes or slogans for this year, for 2025, 10-year anniversary of CRSW. And as you can see, the winner is that top one. Safety starts with you, slow down, move over. However, we eliminated the stay alert. I forgot. I thought we weren't going to show this slide, but we did. It's okay. Next slide. Here it is. This is the slide I really wanted to show. It's my fault. But these were the 5 suggested slogans. And like I said, the first one, safety starts with you, slow down and move over, won the contest, if you will. So it's official. I'm letting you know, as the leader of CRSW at Federal Highway, that is our slogan for the 10-year anniversary of CRSW. Once again, safety starts with you, slow down and move over. And I want to thank everyone that participated in this exercise over the past couple, 2-3 months to get us to where we are now with our official slogan. So again, thank you all very much. Next slide. So the day of the week social media outreach, as you can see, like in previous years, we have a focus message or area for every day of the week. If you're wondering, on Monday, those of you who are familiar, we've done the kickoff webinar usually on that Monday. This year will be no different. It may not be as lengthy activity, but we're going to try to do the proclamation signing, virtual proclamation signing, and on that Monday, for the nation to follow and view and get us kicked off for CRSW week. The rest of the days are self-explanatory: driver education Tuesday, the training, going back to the mass events, mass training events. Start talking with your Tim training contacts to see if you can do 1, 2, 3, 10, however many. And also Thursday, more than a crash, which is in reference to the fact that Tim is not just collisions or wrecks or car crashes. It's about other incident types like debris on the road and medical emergencies and all those things that our wonderful responder community responds to. And you can focus on Thursday for messaging regarding those types of incidents, including crashes, obviously. And then right back to Friday, we're going right back to slow down, move over, and hashtag CRSW. Let's make this year extra special since it's our 10-year anniversary, 35 plus proclamations, etc. So, next slide. So, with that, it is my honor and privilege to introduce a friend and great champion and leader for Tim in the great state of Missouri, Owen Hassan. Many of you know Owen, and Owen is the Tim manager for the state of Missouri's DOT Safety and Emergency Management Division. He has served in multiple roles at MoDOT, as it's known, and has been with the agency for nearly 40 years. Little bit of time, just a little bit of time. And Owen is also MoDOT's technical representative for the Safety Service Patrol Pool Fund Study, and that I have the honor of being a part of as well. So with that, welcome, Owen.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next slide, please. So I'm getting a bit of a feedback here. Are you hearing feedback on this?
Yes, there is some feedback. Kevin, do we know if we can manage that?
Yeah, I think it's been taken care of.
Okay. So in Missouri, we are going to be, as usual, doing the Missouri Crash Responder Safety Week. We have 7 different regions within Missouri, and each one we attack it at a local level and at a statewide level as we look at pushing out our PSAs and our responder organizations and any trainings that go on through the region for stuff. So next slide, please. And this year is similar to the previous years. We're going to go for the governor's proclamation. If you saw earlier on Jim's slide, Missouri last year, we put in for it. We have to get in about 90 days in advance. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But last year we didn't have that in there, but the year before we did. So hopefully we'll get everything in a timely manner this year. We do our social media campaigns through Facebook, X, LinkedIn, website presence. I'll cover that in a minute. Some press releases, news organizations, the changeable message signs, and some other different manners of pushing out Crash Responder Safety Week, similar to what we've heard before. A lot of states do it, so a lot of redundancy throughout the nation, it looks like, which I think is good. When you're driving through, you're getting the same message consistently through various manners. Next slide, please. So one of the unique ones that we've started in the last few years is through the fueling station PSAs. If anyone's fueled up at the fueling stations, especially the larger ones, they usually have like a little TV mode there, and you'll see different advertisements or snippets from health to whatever might be on there. We push PSAs onto that, and Crash Responder Safety Week will be pushed out onto that also, specifically along our corridors, our interstate corridors. Here in Missouri, we have three major ones that roll through it: I-44, I-70, and I-55, all converging in the St. Louis region. So we do cover, get a lot of people at the fueling stations, especially huge on the trucking locations. Another one is the typical DMS messaging, as others do throughout there. We message different safety message, and during Crash Responder Safety Week and throughout the year, we make room for responders, move over, signs like that going through there. But we'll be advertising more for or promoting, I should say, more for the Crash Responder Safety Week. Next slide, please. Social media example, we have in Missouri, we have our statewide TIM subcommittee group that consists of various partners. And there's the Highway Patrol, the DOT, the tow community, Missouri Tow Truck Association. We all meet together and discuss various things. And then we bring up the Crash Responder Safety Week. And then through each of their social media releases, they release different media things, trying to keep on track within each other and trying to mirror, in most cases, what we're focusing on nationally from the day-to-day pushes on there. There's just an example from the Highway Patrol from 2024. Next slide, please. And then local media news. There's a example there from I won't be playing the video snippet from that one, but the local TV stations will pick up from the regional areas, put it on their local news. This is from the Cape Girardeau, kind of the southern. Think of the Boot Heel of Missouri area, if you're familiar with Missouri. That section where they push it out to their news area. Speaking of how Crash Responder Safety Week relates to them, reminding them, everyone to slow down, move over during crashes, bringing up different incidents that may have happened, especially specific for that region or area that might have happened in their specific city. Hey, this happened at this time. They bring it up and they mention it. And this is an example from one of them from previous year. Next slide, please. And that's the website there, kind of just from an example of the local media news from that Cape Girardeau area. Next slide, please. And then in Crash Responder Safety Week, we also push on our own internal for MoDOT, Missouri Department of Transportation. We have our own website, and we have Save Missouri Lives, Save Mo Lives website. And on that, we have different promotional PSAs and videos that we link to YouTube that we push out to the public through various different platforms. And I believe, next slide, please. And this is our site. This is from our on our Save Missouri Live site. We have another siloed page to that's just dedicated to Crash Responder Safety Week through the years. So as we scroll down through that site, you'll see we have different publications and postings from videos that we've put through the years. I think back to 2020 or before through the years on there. In 2019. I think 2019 might be the where we have some of the oldest archived in there. And then here's an example of one of the promotions, the 30-second snippet of what we run. I'm not getting any audio on this one. So during the audio on this, it's a 30-second video that plays and it gives examples of moving over, and it has the different response agencies and disciplines involved in it. And that one had fire agencies, the Missouri Highway Patrol, the tow organizations, and the MoDOT DOT. Different responders speaking of it. Sorry, we just were having some technical issues on the audio on that, but no worries going forward on that. And the last aspect is the governor's proclamation. There's an example of the one from 2023, and that proclamation will be hopefully sent off again this year, or will be sent off this year again this year, hopefully on time where we can get it there and get the proclamation signed for 2025. And that's Missouri's presentation.
Thank you, Owen. Excellent presentation. And if anybody has any questions, and I see there are some that are already out there, we're going to have a Q&A for both Owen and Christopher Flores, who is from the great state of Wisconsin. And Chris is a social media specialist for the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. He has over 15 social media accounts for the agency with a total audience of nearly 300,000 followers. This includes direct management of 5 statewide agency platforms, as well as an advisor and consultant for the agency's regional accounts, 511 account and 3 accounts for the statewide police force, the Wisconsin State Patrol. Chris has over 6 years of experience as a social media manager and spent the first 6 years of his career as a sports journalist. So with that, welcome, Chris.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Well, happy to be here. Thanks so much for having me. As said, I'm the social media manager for Wisconsin DOT. You can go to the next slide. So I'm just gonna be talking about here what we do for Crash Responder Safety Week, and this is what we did last year. You can do next slide. There we go. So the first couple of things we do is we work with the governor's office to release a governor's proclamation. And then we also produce our own news release about the week. So the governor's proclamation is, I think, is really impactful just because he obviously has a lot of followers. News stations pick that up when we release that, and then our own news release has a bunch of different things in it. Our news release includes a quote from our secretary. It has statistics on the number of emergency vehicles who were struck and injured by a vehicle over the past 5 years in Wisconsin. Oh, sorry, number of emergency responders. And then we have information on our traffic incident management training. And then we also have information in there about our roadside assistant efforts. So we have programs like the WisDOT Safety Patrol and Sheriff Office Freeway Service Team. So I think that's important too, just because we talk about how these services help people on the side of the road. You will see them on occasion on the highway, helping change a tire or whatnot. So it's just kind of a reminder that they are out there helping you. So help them by slowing over and moving down when you see them on the side of the road. Next slide. It's slow to come up here. Can everyone see that slide, or is it? Yeah, it's a little mixed here for me. There we go. Awesome. So our first responder experience social media post, this is kind of the main course, if you will, of the campaign that we do. So we typically run 2 or 3 social media posts during the week, telling the stories of roadside workers or first responders who have been involved in these secondary crashes while working. So we work with several different agencies around the state to collect these stories, whether it's highway departments, sheriff offices, police departments, whatnot, our state police force agency, the Wisconsin State Patrol. They're actually a part of the DOT. They're a division of ours, so we work with them. I believe Mike Youngbooth is on the call. So yeah, it's a great way to kind of share these stories, and we work with these agencies to obtain the photos, the information, and obviously the permissions to run these stories from them. 90% of the time they want to share these stories just as much as we do, just to spread the message of how dangerous it can be out there, to try and protect our workers. So and these posts include usually both photo and video. And so if we can go to this video here on that on the right hand side, you can see a screenshot of the video. One of the posts we did last year was a video of a crash that took place in the La Crosse area. So if we can go to that video. There's no audio to this, but you can see kind of what happened. Kind of bring up the post here. So this worker was in that dump truck. I think they were doing like pavement marking painting, just something very, very basic. When this driver pulled up, probably on his phone or not paying attention at all, just slammed right into the back of the trailer-mounted crash attenuator. So thankfully, the crash attenuator was there. This worker sustained, thankfully, just minor neck injuries, but we shared this story and it got a lot of attention. It got a lot of good engagement. I think over 500,000 views alone just on this video, which is well above average for us on social media. So we just tell these stories and kind of remind people to slow down and move over. You can see we have a photo of the worker there. We have a photo of kind of the aftermath in the top right of the crash attenuator all busted up, and then obviously the video. So it's kind of a nice package of both photos and videos. And then we have a banner down below, reminding people this is Crash Responder Safety Week. And then we have that ask in the top left that, move over, slow down. So this is one of the posts we did last year. And you can go back to the other slide, please. And these posts just do a great job of humanizing these workers, and they visually show the dangers these workers are up against each day. I think the video was really impactful just because, graphics can only go so far, but an actual video of a crash and I don't know, it's more impactful to me as a member of the public too. It's like, wow, yeah, like these workers can get hurt at any moment's notice. This guy probably had no idea this guy was, about to run into him. So our end goal in all this is to spread awareness that if you see emergency vehicles on the side of the road, obviously change lanes or slow down. So you can go to the next slide. So like many other state DOTs, we have our dynamic message signs that we utilize during Crash Responder Safety Week. So we work with our traffic management center to display different messages. Each one, we kind of have that ask at the end of move over / slow down. So you can see at the bottom there, those were the example, the messages that were displayed last year during the week. So we talk about, steer clear of police, fire, EMS, flashing lights, give them space, that kind of thing. So these are obviously well used throughout the country, but it is important, I think, to include these each week, each year for this Crash Responder Safety Week, just to display these messages as reminders for the traveling public. Next slide. And one of the other cool things we do is we do a bridge lighting. So each year for the week, we partner with an organization out of Milwaukee called Light the Hone, and they are in charge of illuminating this large bridge in Milwaukee called the Hone Bridge. And so it's a really cool thing that they do. So obviously it's very modern, tons of LED lights. You can customize it to whatever patterns or colors you want. And so I think last year we did 4 nights. Each night represented a different organization that we're trying to recognize for first responders or highway workers. So last year we did gold for towing and recovery and communication workers. Law enforcement, we did blue for one night. One night we did red and white for fire and EMS. And then another night we did orange and green to represent DOT and highway workers. So this is just a really fun thing that we do. It's a nice partnership that we have with them. They take cool like drone photos and they allow us to use those photos as much as we want, which is really nice of them. And we usually do a photo gallery at the end of the week of all the different lights. Sometimes we have, police departments park their cruisers right in front of the bridge and take really cool photos. So this is just a really fun thing that we do. And a couple of years ago, we did not only Milwaukee, but we included bridges in Green Bay and Eau Claire as well that light up. So last year I think we just did Milwaukee, but it was cool to kind of have different ones around the state going all that week. So that's definitely something we can look forward potentially do in the future as well in terms of other cities instead of just Milwaukee. But yeah, next slide. And then just some other efforts we do. We used to have a podcast, and so we've produced 2 episodes in the past, just to further tell these first responder stories, talk about Crash Responder Safety Week, and then we have also produced videos in the past. One of them back in 2021 we produced. It was a longer video, and I think we're going to post it in the chat here if you want to watch it on your own time, because I think it's like 3.5 minutes long. But it's recalling 3 first responders, including 2 members of our Wisconsin State Patrol, who were responding to a semi-truck crash when they were injured in a secondary crash. And I believe there was a third crash 10 minutes later too. So it was a very impactful story. We ended up winning an AMVA award for the video. So very cool story there that we did. And so we're always looking to do more of that kind of stuff. Just very impactful, profound videos like that. And then our state police force, the Wisconsin State Patrol, they do a social media campaign that I help them out with called their Law of the Month. So each month of the year, every year, they talk about a different law around the state. And each November, they do one corresponding with Crash Responder Safety Week. They talk about Wisconsin's move over law. So it's very similar to other state move over laws in terms of when you see, a vehicle on the side of the road with an emergency vehicle with the lights flashing, you legally have to move over or slow down if there's, if you can't move over. So those are kind of the other efforts we do each year. And I think that's all I got.
Okay. Fantastic, Chris. Thanks for sharing, and keep up the great work.
Thanks.
I'm in love with those bridges ever since you guys started illuminating the bridges for CRSW. As I said earlier, I know Mike Youngbluth, when he first shared that, I really was taken by it. And wouldn't it be awesome if many other states could do that, municipalities, to bridges as well? That would be just so cool, so amazing. So anyway, so questions. I see there is a question. I thought, maybe not. Vishali,
Yes,
do you have control of the
absolutely.
questions?
Yes. So Don Miller asks Owen to discuss how the fuel station public safety announcements are funded. So that's the first question out there, Owen. And Owen and Chris, if you could join us on video, that would be great as well. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we get our the funding goes through typically our Highway Safety and Traffic Division helps us out. So we have our Communications Division, and they help coordinate that. So the funding itself will come out of the one particular bucket from our one division, Highway Safety and Traffic, and then they contact our Communications Division, and through them they have various contracts. For that particular one, it goes through a media source out of Columbia, Missouri called Bucket Media, and they have a sub that they contract with that pushes out, has contracts with the fuel station TV vendors who get our media publications through that. On how the exact particular sausage is made on that, I am not a subject matter expert. However, if somebody wants to follow up with me afterwards, I can direct them with inside our agency of who those subject matter experts are to walk them through the process. But if you have a communications team and manager with inside your agency, they probably have a very similar process in which they can get that accomplished.
So
You still
if
there,
you-
Vishali?
Yes. So if if you have more detailed questions, feel free to reach out to Owen Hassan. We'll put his email in the chat. And then a question for Chris. The social media examples you've shared were pretty interesting and captivating. Can others use your work? Are there videos that can be repurposed? And what is the level of effort to put together some of those messages? You know, the 10-second clip doesn't seem like a high level of lift, but some of the other more really professional videos that you've done.
Yeah, definitely. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, feel free to use a similar format. Yeah, I can definitely. I think Elizabeth asked in the chat if I can share the link. So yeah, I can post that there. So yeah, feel free to steal it to do something similar. Uh, the lift isn't too bad. In terms of those the posts that I showed of the video, we have a committee of about 5 or 6 people that we meet once a month about starting in May, actually, I think right around May or June. So we have a lot of time before November each year to kind of go through our plan for the week, and then we throughout the year really we collect all these different stories of highway workers or first responders getting in roadside crashes. So whether that be reaching out to different agencies, sometimes we find the news articles about it, and then we reach out to the highway departments or the sheriff offices from there to ask their permissions to get the photo and video and stories from them. So that's kind of the process that we use. And in terms of the kind of the higher produced videos, we do have a videographer and a graphics team. We have 3 or 4 people that are graphic designers and can work with. We have some video equipment, and we have editing programs and stuff to put those together. But the video I showed you, I worked with one of the designers to just kind of have a template and then put the video underneath, and then just kind of have the elements that we wanted. So hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, feel free to do something similar at your DOTs.
Thank you, Chris. And to both Owen and Chris, what would you say is the biggest challenge in getting these stakeholders engaged to plan the CRSW activities like the video that you just mentioned? And is there any way, what has worked best for you in getting things done, overcoming some of the hesitancy or lack of interest, perhaps, sadly? So I don't know, Chris, if you want to answer first and then maybe
Sure.
Owen.
Yeah, kind of like I mentioned, it is sometimes a struggle to find certain, content or instances, stories that we can tell. You think of the words Crash Responder Safety Week, and you think of, a first responder, on the scene of a different crash, but we kind of broaden that scope. So I think that helped us a little bit. The move over law just says, any emergency responders. So that could be a first responder, that could just be a highway worker, like the one I showed of the highway worker. So I think that gave us more, content to work with. Unfortunately, these things do happen somewhat. It's a somewhat common thing when we have these crashes. So, like I said, we reach out to different departments, and if they're a little hesitant, one thing we like to do is show them of our previous work. So we'll show them last year's posts, and kind of like, hey, we're just here to share your story, spread the message of slowing over and moving down for you. We're just trying to help you and save lives, both motorists and workers. So I think that really motivates them to help us out, and kind of pushes them to give us their content. And from there, it's just email chains, and here, can you please send us the photos? Can you please send us the traffic cam footage or whatever it may be for us to put everything together? And then, of course, we before we run it, we obviously get their permission and have them look at it and vet it to make sure it all looks good to them. Just so it's a really collaborative way to do it. So.
And ours is similar. I think one thing that helps us out, well, one is starting it so early. I think when Jim fires this up so early, it gives all the states an opportunity to start their planning and process. Like I mentioned, we have a statewide TIM subcommittee that meets quarterly, and during these meetings, I bring it up, and with those, during those meetings, we have the different disciplines that are recognized throughout the state that have participants in there. So having our the Highway Patrol or Missouri Tow Association or Fire all involved with the planning of the discussions. It's usually myself that brings it up, and then is there anything pertinent that we want to, or your agency or discipline would like to push in addition to anything else? Brings it up, and then of course there's always if something has happened recently within memory, that's always a good thing to bring up too, especially with this if it's inside that particular region or statewide impact onto it. Just keeping everything, I guess the biggest challenge for making sure that we continue to keep everything fresh and relevant as we continue to move forward on this. 'Cause, we're 10 years into it, and just making sure things are fresh and relevant.
Thank you, Owen. And with that, I don't think we have many other questions.
Okay,
So-
okay. That's fine, Vishali. Those were good questions and answers. So to Owen's comment about Jim firing you up, let me just tell you about what hopefully it's going to happen at USDOT headquarters. You heard me mention earlier during CRSW, we historically have had an event of some sort at DOT. There's a new administration, a new Secretary of Transportation, a new administrator. There's a lot of new faces in the highest levels of DOT, federal DOT. And so, being the 10-year anniversary, our team is working with our Public Affairs Office at Federal Highway, who in turn is working with the Secretary's Public Affairs Office. And I should say will be, because we're putting together a proposal. And this is the same kind of approach that you can take in your state jurisdiction or organization to bring in for the in-person event at headquarters all the major associations, executive level leadership, as well as others, and have an event either on the 3rd Street Plaza, but we're shooting for what we did several years back in 2017, which is to do a major event in front of DOT headquarters on New Jersey Avenue. And I mean, it was a substantial lift. This is back when Secretary of Transportation Elaine Chao was the secretary. And it was a hugely successful event. And I mean, we had everybody from not only Federal Highway, the Secretary of Federal Highway, but the other modes, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, and Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA, administrator level, a deputy or administrator level, along with chiefs of police, colonels, state police colonels, superintendents, fire chiefs, tow and recovery executives, public works, EMS associations, and then just imagine a lot of other stakeholders, partners from Maryland and Virginia, and as well as other states like Pennsylvania, Delaware, West Virginia, any of the mid-Atlantic states. And so we're pulling out all the stops if given permission and the proposal is accepted. We are going for it. And I can't tell you how fired up I am. Vishali, who's on my contractor team, and others that aren't with us today, we're pulling out all the stops. And like I said, if our proposal is accepted, expect to see an incredible event with a lot of response vehicles from the other states and, surrounding states, and testimonials. That's another one that our public affairs office feels strongly about, getting actual responders that have been struck and have lived and can tell their story. And you can visualize it, a ladder truck or two with an American flag draped behind the entire event, along with a lot of other, like I said, police and fire rescue towing vehicles as the backdrop. So stay tuned for more information on that, but I wanted you to know it is 4:00. What do we have, Vishali? Half hour?
Yes, we have 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So our next piece of today's webinar, next slide, is typically been the All States Report Out. So think about this for a second. Anything new, anything that today's webinar or that you're already planning to do in your state, municipality, or otherwise, I would like you to just very quickly, within less than 5 seconds, if possible, just tell us what you are doing. So instead of going state by state here, I am going to ask each and every one of you what your plans are, starting with Wayne Taylor. Real quick, Wayne, what are you planning that you're aware of?
We're going to be doing some activities at our TIM training track in Raleigh,
Great.
as well as Governor's Proclamation.
Great. Thank you, Wayne. Eileen Singleton.
Hi, Jim.
Okay.
I'm going to work on doing a proclamation with for the MPO this year again.
Great. Thank you, Eileen. And then Bill, I'll massacre your last name, Lobozeta. Bill? You're muted. We can come back to you, I guess. Let's see, Derwin Rice.
Wayne
Mute
answered
yourself.
for us, sir. Wayne
I'm
Taylor,
sorry?
North Carolina. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Derwin, thank you. David Lewis.
Jim, I think that I have an alphabetical order of participants. Do you want me to go through alphabetically? It might be easier.
No,
Okay.
thanks, Vishali.
No worries.
It doesn't have to be alphabetical. We just need folks to be listening and unmute. David, you unmuted. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Through the respondersafety.com, we'll be updating all the information we're putting online, working with our neighboring states, working with Kevin Fox and Eileen Singleton here in Maryland, as well as the folks up in Pennsylvania, PennDOT, and our other neighboring states too, to get the message out the best we can. And we'll be promoting out through our social media outlets as well as our website there too. So we look forward to continuing.
And
Kevin and MDOT put that great program on last year, and we had some folks out there, and we hope to continue supporting that as well.
Yeah.
and David, I
David
would
Lewis
expect.
Go ahead, Vishali.
Yeah, I would expect, David, that CVVFA Emergency Responder Safety Institute will also be an ally in action, and you'll complete that ally in action form as well.
So much to-do list.
Excellent.
Thank you. And for everyone, David Lewis is the president of Cumberland Valley Volunteer Firemen Association, which is the mothership of respondersafety.com. Thank you, David. Elizabeth Falcon. You're muted, Elizabeth.
There we go. Sorry about that.
There you go.
All right, so I'm honored to say that we're checking off pretty much all the items on the checklist, on the recommendations. But
Great.
new for this year, we're pursuing municipal proclamations. We're doing a PSA video, and we're hoping to get into the driver's ed classrooms and to display our posters in the classrooms. We're also doing a high-profile kickoff event for Crash Responder Safety Week on the Monday. We'll have the NJDOT Commissioner, the State Police Colonel, and other high-level leadership speaking at this event. We're planning to award Traffic Incident Management Awards to our
Awesome.
responder training, like the top trainers. We're also awarding our Incident Management Response Team and our State Police Traffic Incident Management Unit. That's part of the program. And we're having an outdoor display of first responder vehicles. So we have a lot going
Awesome.
on, and we're looking forward to it.
Outstanding, Elizabeth. Thank you. And I hope everyone heard that. Elizabeth is with New Jersey DOT, just in case. And kudos to Elizabeth and the entire NJDOT team. If you could mention what state or agency you're with when you start speaking. James Osborne.
James Osborne with Del Dot. We're working with our community relations to send out messages, blast messages to media, as well as working with our safety information that we post on our message boards to get that knowledge base out there for the general road user.
Very good. Very good. Thanks, James. George Kusick.
Yeah, George Cusick from DC. So I think October 29th, we're scheduling a drill with DDOT, DC DDOT to do a TIM drill at RFK's parking lot. So I think that'll be one of the first things we're really trying to promote TIM in DC. And as far as for the safety week, I'm new to DC, so I don't know what they've done in the past, but I'm gonna try to promote some of the stuff I've heard on this call and see what I can get others to assist with there in DC.
Yes, sir, George. And I believe you guys are going to revisit doing the proclamation for the second time. So let me know if I can help. Thank you. Robert Pamikala. Yeah, Robert. New Jersey. You're muted.
So Jim,
Yeah,
just so you know,
Jim,
oh, he's on. Okay.
Liz actually covered everything that we were doing.
Got it. Got it. Thank you, Robert. I should have known better, but thank you regardless. Jose Sanchez. You're muted, Jose.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I guess I'm more on the road ranger side. I know for Crash Responder Safety Week, we'll be assisting with messaging and just overhead signs and promoting it that way. I would refer more to my incident program manager can give you more on the TIM side, Nick Muriel.
Yes, sir. No, regardless, Jose, we know how great your program is down at FDOT and otherwise. And I thought I saw Sean Kinney on earlier, but anyway, keep doing great things. Next up is Taylor.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Taylor Nairn.
Hi. Excuse me.
Hi.
We're looking doing proclamation, social media posts. I believe we're going to try and do use some of the content we created last year and repurpose it to make new videos for this year. And press release with FDOT is what we've talked about so far.
And I'm sorry, you're with FDOT as well?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.
Alex Leetley. How
Hey,
you doing,
Jim.
Captain?
Hey, Jim. So Utah's going to do similar to what we've done. We'll have governor's proclamation. We'll do classes, press releases that week. Our PIO people from UHP and UDOT will be working together and getting messaging out. So.
Hey,
Very
Jim.
good, sir.
I
Yes.
think this may already be on Alex's radar, but the American Association of State Highway Officials will be having their annual meeting in Utah during Crash Responder Safety Week. And so there may be an opportunity for cross collaboration at that event.
I actually did not know that, but thanks. Is there any way you could send me some information on them, maybe contact information, and we can put
Will
something.
do.
Hey, Captain Vishali wasn't supposed to say anything about that. So I'll call her out on today's webinar a little bit.
That's right.
Because
All right.
but no, Vishali's very efficient and very bright. So I appreciated it regardless, but I was going to reach out to you, Captain, to talk about that.
Perfect.
So thank you very much. And thank you, Vishali. Debbie Jennings. Debbie, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thanks. So Chesapeake Region Safety Council hasn't participated in the past. We're very interested in participating. I've checked out the Ally in Action form, and I've sent an email in with a question, and I've also got the names of the 3 organizations that already responded back to my chat about whether they're participating or not. So you'll hear from us.
Debbie, I'm sorry. What association?
I'm with Chesapeake Region Safety Council. We're out of Baltimore, Maryland. We're a OSHA training and ed center, as well as a National Safety Council chapter.
Outstanding. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great to have a new partner. Thank you. Tony Casella.
Hey, Jim from Minnesota DOT. We will have two bridges lit, the Interstate 35W bridge, and then another one in the city of Minneapolis. We're putting in a request for the governor's proclamation. We have our TIM training, the state and the federal merged, so we're going to roll that out here on October 18th at our pre-conference for our TZD conference. We're also talking about doing some 1 or 2 TIM training sessions the week of Crash Responder Safety Week. And we are hopefully going to at least do some social media work with our partners at the Department of Public Safety, and unknown whether we're going to host a media event, which we did do about 3 years ago. Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you, Tony. Todd Evans. Todd, you're muted. You're unmuted now.
Jim, Liz and Bob covered everything for NJDOT. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Todd. Roger France. You're muted, Roger. Okay, we'll come back to Roger. Cheryl Bradley.
I think I'm unmuted. Sorry about that. We
That's all
are
right.
actively, and we started actually a couple months ago with trying to get proclamations from all of our states uh, with the goal of 100% participation this year. And we will be working on some social media posting and some materials to share with our states for some united messaging related to some move over law research that we're doing and collective messaging.
Outstanding, Cheryl. Very cool. Thank you. Dustin Ross, Oregon, I believe. You're muted.
How about now? Can you
There
hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Dustin Ross, Oregon Department of Transportation. For this year, we're already in the process of getting our proclamation going through the governor's office. We'll continue our run for our PSAs out on our message boards, getting them out to the public out on the roadways, and we'll work with our public affairs people as well to continue our social media blitz as best we can. Oregon's been a little turbulent this year, so it's been a little low on the ability to put a lot of extra funding out there, but we're going to work within the means that we have.
Yes, sir, Dustin. And I feel your pain there. I think we all do. But anyway, we wish you the best and let me know if I can be of any support.
Sure thing. Absolutely appreciate it. And we'll definitely continue our TIM trainings. I may be working on some train the trainer sessions as well. Hopefully we can get those up and running sooner than later. I'd love to be able to push something like that out through CRSW.
Yes, sir. Very cool. So Lance Falk or Falk? You're still muted. There you go.
So Wayne Taylor spoke with us with North Carolina DOT, or spoke for us rather.
Roger that. Thanks, Lance. Nadine Olson. Go ahead, Nadine. You are unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm from Wisconsin, and in addition to what Chris Flores already gave a presentation on, we are working on getting our 72 county proclamations and also our top 25 mayor proclamations. We will also be doing some training during that week and some messaging on our DMS signs.
Excellent. Thank you, Nadine. Thank you very much.
Nadine, quick question. In your outreach to the counties and mayors, if you have certain collateral, email messaging, would you mind sharing it? Because it may be something that would be very useful for others to, R&D, rip off and duplicate.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll work with Mike Youngbluth to get you something.
Excellent.
Thank you. And thank you, Vishali. Angela Roper. You're muted, Angela. Still muted. Okay. We shall come back to Angela at the end here. We got about 12 minutes left. Shane Inman.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's Shane Inman. I'm with Washington State Department of Transportation. I'm also one of the TIM instructors, trainers, and we've made good progress with reestablishing our program. And been able to get a better cadre of instructors up here. We did a fair job at it a while back, but we've just now been bolstering it. We're always big on the safety week and the other stuff between the agencies. So look for good things to come. Thank you.
Yes, sir, Shane. Thank you. Say hello to Mariana and Deanna. And next up is Mike Hudson.
Nothing to add from Florida DOT on our end. We're working with central office
No.
IC team.
No worries. Thanks, Mike, for chiming in. John Williams from Hawaii. Is that you, John?
Mute. I'm with Hawaii DOT. We'll be working on a proclamation. I think our public affairs office will do a press release, probably including social media release, and we'll also be putting the messages on our DMS signs.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing, John. Hope all is well. And Pat Gallagher, State of Nevada. Muted, Pat. You there? Okay. We are moving on then to Christopher Straub. You're muted, Chris. Okay, still muted. Maybe we'll catch you guys at the tail end. Mahesh Pandey from California.
Jim, from California, we are doing everything. Actually, we're working on everything this time. Means from governor's proclamation, execute video, changeable message signs, social media campaign, mass training events, website presence, press release, and especially we are doing the 2 public events. We're trying press conference this year, and then we are working with the DMB for the drivers. Education also, DMB's messaging and the driver's education, other podcast enforcement campaign and newsletters. So only, this year we are hoping to get the governor's proclamation, but everything we are trying to do our best this year. So we are moving, we started a little early and then, hopefully we'll get everything. And there will be definitely executive message from our director, and then trying to get message from governor also, beside the
And
proclamation.
Mahesh, I believe you're going to be presenting at the next all-state planning webinar,
Yeah, in
right?
September. Yeah, we'll be presenting in
Exactly. Yeah, so you'll hear a lot more about their activities. I mean, they've gone full force this year. So
yeah, we are working with our partners, the stakeholders, if they can jointly come up for the presentation too. We want to make this 10th year really great.
Excellent.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Golam Reza, I apologize. You're muted.
Hello, everyone.
There you go. There you go.
Hi, good afternoon. Actually, I'm joining your meeting from Canada, from Windsor, Ontario.
Oh, really? Who are you?
Yes.
What agency?
Windsor.
I'm sorry.
City of Windsor.
What? I'm sorry. What agency?
City of Windsor.
City of Windsor.
Yes.
Well,
at the
welcome.
border.
Welcome. Okay. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And
Thank
please
you.
let us know if we can help.
This
What about,
activity,
yeah,
and I learned actually something from ITE, from Institute of Transportation Engineers, that I'm a member of that. So I decided to join these events that you have it to learn more from the other guys, other states, other people, see what's going on.
outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
What about Amjad Demin? I apologize if I'm not pronouncing it right. Amjad, you're muted. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to move on to Travis Britton or Brittain. You're muted, Travis. Okay. I'm going to jump to Bobby Brooks.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Bobby. Go ahead.
We're going to do a governor's proclamation. We're working with the communication department in DOT to do social media. We're hoping to hold a training during that week. We also have coalitions across the state, and so we're asking each of the coalitions to do something and be unique for their area. And we'll probably have a press conference at the beginning of the week.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks for sharing, Bobby. And Mike Youngbluth, I'm going to jump over you if you don't mind, because we've heard about the great state of Wisconsin, and we've only got like 4 minutes left and a few people still. So if everyone could make it very quickly here, I want to try not to go beyond 4:30. But anyway, Justin Sams. You're muted, Justin. Okay. Sean Kenny, F. Real quick, Sean. Okay.
Good.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
go ahead.
All right, so draft of the governor's proclamation has been submitted to our communications office for approval, and our communications strategic plan is ready to go, and that'll contain everything else for Crash Responder Safety Week.
Excellent. Thanks, Sean. Sid Chan or Saeed, Sid, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Okay. I don't see a speaker at all. Oh, there you go. Go ahead. Anything to share? Okay, I guess not. Jordan James.
Hey everybody, Jordan James at the DOT. We are working on a governor's proclamation as well as proclamations for some mayors. We will have some DMS messaging as well as some social media posts and posts on our website. We are working with the news to get some media coverage, and we'll have several events throughout the week of the actual Crash Responder Safety Week, including a press conference on Monday. We are trying to coordinate right now for some touch a truck events at some schools. We will be doing some Sharp 2 training that week, and we're working with law enforcement for an enforcement campaign where they will be stationing active emergency vehicles on the side of the road and then enforcing the move over slow down laws. And so for that week, they will be pulling people over who are not complying and letting them off with warnings, but making sure they know that it is a law. And we're working on a new video for that week and working with the DMV to run some video at the DMV.
Outstanding, outstanding. Thanks for sharing that, Jordan. We look forward to hearing about it. And I apologize, we're going to go over by a few minutes. I hope you all stay with us and finish the report out here. Tim Mueller or Mueller, Tim? Go ahead, Tim. Okay. Sorry, I have to move on. Already heard from Wayne Taylor, pretty sure. Danny Matlock, Indiana.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we've really revamped our program here in Indiana. So we have been really hitting it hard with TIM training. We are going to schedule some for the week of crash responder safety. We're also working on getting some proclamations signed from the governor and possible some mayors in some cities across the state. Of course, we're going to push out social media and then activating our DMS boards across the state with information on it as well. And we're actually going to look into lighting up some of our bridges across the state. I really like that idea.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. Thank you, Danny. Best wishes. Don Miller, Michigan.
Good afternoon, Don Miller, Michigan DOT. We will repeat many of the activities we've done in the past years. That would be including the governor's proclamation, media event, media release, social media messaging, as well as on our changeable message signs. And I like the idea of the fuel station messaging. I know that goes through our Michigan State Police Office of Highway Safety Planning. I've seen some of their PSAs on those gas station videos, and so we're going to see what we can do about that. So send it back to you, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn, very much. I don't know if I called on Wayne Wilson, but I can ask. You there, Wayne? You're muted.
Yes, okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can. Go ahead, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm with Caltrans also, and as I mentioned earlier, we are doing a lot of things. Last year we did the press release. This year we are looking to expand that into the governor's proclamation and our message from our directors, as well as the directors or representative from our partner organizations, including California Highway Patrol, DMV, and the Association of Tow Truck Drivers, and possibly AAA as well. So we're looking into a lot of things. Of course, the press release, director's video, and governor's proclamation are things that are planned. And so we are working on those literally as we speak. Last year we did a press release that is available on the Caltrans website. And I can put a link to that in the chat box for those who are interested in looking.
Outstanding. Thank you for sharing.
Most definitely.
Wayne, David Strong.
Am I muted again, or how do I mute? There we go.
Yeah, there you go. David, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll defer to Jordan James. He covered all our activities.
Okay, copy that. Thank you, David. Loose Falcon. You still with us? You're muted. Loose. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. Amir Isadi.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
I can. Go right
Excellent.
ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, also with California DOT, I'll defer to Mahesh and Wayne Wilson. They already covered all of our activities, but we're excited to present next month. Thanks all.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. It's great to see California really coming along now. So anyway, thank you. John Sullivan.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
Is being recorded.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm local here now, but we're looking at, I'm pushing out for mayoral proclamations from the county mayor and all the city mayors within my county, and pushing out obviously social media campaigns, mass training events for the counties, and we're pushing out challenges to other counties in the state to be doing the same thing in each of the other counties.
Okay. And John, you'll have to forgive me. Tennessee DOT or Kentucky?
Yeah, I'm with the Pegram Fire Department here in Middle Tennessee. I'm no longer with TDOT, but I think Alex Dennis with TDOT was on the call earlier. I'm not sure if he's on the Allies in Action. I know they'll be pushing the governor's proclamation for TDOT that I wrote back in 2022. They've been I was told that they are able to piggyback it now, and it goes every year without having to resubmit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, good to hear your voice, John. Stay
Absolutely,
safe.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Kevin Maxwell.
There we go. Yeah, hey there, Jim. So really, Jordan encapsulated most of it, all except for since Pat Gallagher couldn't join us today, we're gonna try to talk him in on Monday to getting his rappelling gear out. He's gonna be putting lights on the Galena structure in Washoe.
Oh, wow, that is amazing.
Just kidding.
Okay, well, make sure he's got that rig, that he's tied off correctly.
Right on. I'll be on belay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Lori Smith. Lori Smith. There you go. Go ahead, Lori. You're unmuted. Okay. Maybe next time. Did I miss anybody?
Hello,
I hope. Who was that?
Luz Falcon from Puerto Rico.
Oh my goodness, Luz, how is?
I'm so sorry. I have problem with the microphone. Sorry.
That's okay, Luz. Great to hear your voice. What's going on in Puerto Rico?
Well, we are going to working with the proclamation. We are also working with Puerto Rico DOT on social media posts and DMS message signs, and also support in the coordination with the team responders training.
Give my regards to everybody. And again, it's great to hear your voice. Thanks for participating.
You're welcome.
So, yes, stay safe. And so I hope that wasn't too painful, everyone. I think it was worthwhile. We thank you very much for those brief report outs. I had to do that because I feel like in a lot of these webinars, we should take this approach more, because there's, sometimes people are shy, and if we kind of force the issue, people come out and speak up and say great things that we all need to hear about. So I know I took 10 more minutes of your time, and but I want to thank our presenters. I want to thank Kevin Vida from the National Operations Center of Excellence, Vishali Shah with AEM, and is there another slide after this? Just making sure that's all.
Yes, sir. If you could go one more, Kevin. Be
Okay.
sure to join in the next All States Planning webinar on September 10th at 3 p.m., as well as the National Kickoff webinar on November 17th.
Exactly. Well said. Thank you, Vishali. And thanks, everyone. God bless. Stay safe. Keep doing great things. And bye now.